Good evening and welcome to the Maple Plains City Council special meeting. It is Monday, May 15th at 7:40. Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we adopt the agenda tonight, I would just like to acknowledge that this week is National Police Week, May 15th through the 21st. Peace Officers Memorial Day is held annually in the United States on May 15th in honor of federal, state, and local officers killed or disabled in the line of duty. Please honor all fallen officers and their families. Today we remember those officers who gave the ultimate sacrifice for all of us to be safe. This was established in 1962 by President John F. Kennedy. Peace Officers Memorial Day is observed on May 15th, but is part of a larger tribute to the men and women of law enforcement known as National Police Week, which is recognized this week. This observance was enacted the same time as Peace Officer Memorial Day, established by a joint resolution of Congress in 1962. Let's take a moment of silence and think of all the officers who've given their life for our safety. Thank you. Before we adopt the agenda tonight, I'm going to turn it over to staff for an announcement.
Honorable Mayor and Council, I did just want to note that before the meeting was started, I did pass out an updated Exhibit A, which goes along with the new business tonight. It was provided by Attorney Scott Landsman. So that has been updated, the stipulation. He also wanted me to inform Council that the defendant has entered into the agreement and signed it, and then pending your approval tonight, Attorney Scott Landsman would bring this to the proper parties tomorrow morning. So, okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it's still the same resolution number, just different formatting?
Correct.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. Looking for the motion to adopt the agenda, we'd also like to add public comment before new business as well.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda with that modification.
Okay, motion by Councilmember Fay,
I'll second that motion.
second by Burek. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of adopting the agenda with the addition of public comment and the handout for letter A, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, 4-0. First item this evening is public comment. Is there anyone to speak for public comment? Okay. So public comment is a courtesy extended to persons wishing to address the City Council who would like to comment on something that is not part of a public hearing. The public is invited to express any concerns they may have which are relevant to the affairs, policies, or practices of the City of Maple Plain. Speakers may approach the podium one time to make remarks that shall be limited to 3 minutes. Should you wish to participate in public comment, please state your name and address before addressing the council. All remarks will be made from the podium and should be made to the council as a whole. Personal attacks are prohibited, as are obscene, profane, and threatening language. Public comment is not a time for council to discuss or respond, but for hearing the speaker's concerns only. Questions to the council will be for clarification only. If necessary, a staff report on public comment subjects will be prepared for the next City Council business meeting. Welcome.
Thank you, members of the council. My name is Fred Stelter. I'm from Plymouth, Minnesota, and I work with Buffalo Lakes Partners. I'm with Stelter Enterprises, and we do development projects. And so it was very informative to listen to the comments from the EDA meeting earlier tonight. It filled in a lot of blanks for myself. I'd like to give a little bit of a background on our situation. On March 8th, we signed a purchase agreement with Barb Voorhees, and on March 10th, we met with Mark and Clarissa to understand the city concerns, and what came out of that was a tear-down agreement, a market study, and a pro forma project budget. And we took those comments and went back to draft a tear-down agreement and presented that to Barb for her review. And on March 27th, we received our proposal from Maxfield for a study. And at that time, about the same day, we received some feedback that perhaps there was another developer in the mix. And for us, that gave us pause because we needed to seek some clarity. On April 5th, I sent a email to Mark, and it read, as you are aware, we've been working with Barb and have her parcel under contract as requested. We've been working with her to with respect to having an agreement to tear her building down by this summer. We have sent her an agreement that our attorney has been reviewing, and we have expect to enter into it. Additionally, we have an agreement in place for execution of a market study that could be done by the end of April. However, we'd like to have better understanding with the city before moving forward. And I guess I got more understanding tonight of where the city is at by listening to the EDA meeting. So we didn't really receive a lot of feedback in this period of time. In the initial meeting on March 10th, we also were given kind of a general parameter of guidelines. One of them that was, that there'd be TIF involved, redevelopment TIF, probably likely in the neighborhood of about 1.6 million, 500,000 in wave park dedication, whack and sack, joint development of ponding with the city on adjacent land, and the city will reconstruct Main Street. City is looking for 300,000 in developer contribution to Storm Street. With that in mind, we did prepare the site plan with our engineering consultants and looked at kind of what we could do with the site. And I do have to correct a technical mistake. The drafter, and I didn't catch it until sending it over, but the historical museum could be relocated to the site, which was indicated as a relocated post office. My apologies, I didn't catch that in time. And so in terms of the parking, which taking comments from the ADA meeting, what we're looking at is a higher mix of efficiencies and 1 bedrooms and not so many 2 bedrooms, and that would shrink the need for a lot of parking. So if there would be additional questions or concerns, I'd be happy to answer them. And I want to respect the 3-minute limit, which I probably went over.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Barbara Voorhees, Orono, Minnesota. I'm the owner of 5210 Main Street and Magnolia Properties, and I would like to yield my 3 minutes to Buffalo Partners.
You can't do that.
Can't do that?
Sorry.
By the way, I did not see that on the website, city website, so if that's a policy, it should be on there. Mayor and council members, the minutes that you approved at the EDA meeting, it states in those minutes from March 27th that Commissioner DeLuca stated that the group needed to decide if they should approve first or second developer for the site. How can the EDA possibly approve or make determination between 2 developers when they haven't even given the second developer a chance to present a concept plan? Did you even know about the second developer before March 27th? City staff knew there was a purchase agreement coming for 5210 Main Street on February 27th. The staff talked with the developer after the PA was signed on March 8th. Why were they not invited to present a concept plan to the EDA or the community for that matter? Why was the first developer rushed through the process and the EDA immediately agreed when a proper, transparent, and ethical vetting process was not adhered to? I know the project with the first developer fell through last November, but that doesn't give them a free pass when the project is open to other developers. I believe that the EDA and the council owe the community a right to know who these developers are and what they have to offer. I highly encourage residents, if you can't attend meetings, to go to YouTube and watch and listen to these meetings to see what's taking place in your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Voorhees. Anyone else for public comment? Next, we'll move on to new business, 5210 Main Street East, the settlement agreement.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and Council. Before you is the settlement agreement as prepared by City Attorney Scott Landsman. It's a resolution discussing the stipulation between the City of Maple Plain and the plaintiff, which was presented beforehand. I do want to note at the end, the signee is Scott Landsman, and that's just because this is a legal matter, and so it's appropriate for him to be the signee as opposed to the mayor, a member of the City Council. So if you have any questions, we can contact Scott, but he is not here, but he is available via phone.
And I just want to clarify again, this is the exact same thing in the packet, just formatted differently.
Yep, it's just
Okay.
slightly formatted differently.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Any questions for staff?
And is it my understanding, Grant, that Scott will be filing this with the district court tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Any questions? All right, hearing none, I am looking for a resolution to approve, a resolution approving stipulation in court case number 27 CV 22-17305.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Burek,
Second.
second by DeLuca. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion carries 4-0. Any council reports or other business this evening? Just a reminder about the tree planting and spring cleanups, so check the website for more information. With that, looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Motion by Councilmember Fay, second by Councilmember DeLuca. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 The meeting's adjourned at 7:51.